Hello Internet, Dave here, and welcome to my Let's Build of the Gundam Epyon, or Epyon, from Gundam Wing. This is a 1/100 scale master grade model made in celebration of the Endless Waltz movie. Let's do this!
As you can probably tell, the Gundam Epyon is one of my favourite Gundams from one of my favourite Gundam anime series, Gundam Wing, way back when I first saw it in 1996. It was awesome. It was one of the very first animes I saw as well. The Gundam Epyon is a pure close combat mobile suit with a transformation ability. This mobile suit was created by Trey's Kushranata during the time he was placed under confinement by the Rockefeller Foundation. Based on data from the Tolgeese and other Gundams, and keeping with Trey's philosophy, the Gundam Epyon eschews cowardly long-range weapons in favour of chivalrous close combat. However, when the suit became a part of the White Fang Regiment, a pair of Vulcan guns are added to the head. Its main weapons are segmented, whip-like heat rod mounted on a shield, and a powerful beam sword whose energy is supplied by a direct connection to Epyon's generator. Trey's also installed a modified version of the Zero system known as the Epyon system in the cockpit, making this suit a powerful opponent. The Epyon can also transform into a mobile armor mode referred to as Dragon Mode for high-speed flight and cruising in space. This unit resembles a mythological dragon in this mode. However, its primary weapons are inaccessible save for the Epyon claws, which are used as landing gear. Oh, this is such an awesome Gundam. The Gundam Epyon is over 17 meters, and that is just its head. Its head is over 17 meters. This is a humongous Gundam. Its base weight is 8.5 tons. It has an uncomplex fusion reactor and is made from Gundam alloy, piloted by one man. Its weapons are a beam sword. The main weapon of Epyon is connected directly to the suit's power plant and opposed and running on its own internal power source. This allows the length and intensity of the beam blade to be adjusted considerably to damage large opponents like a space fortress. A space fortress the size of a large flying city and is also a fortress. Yeah. Its Epyon claws, mounted on the forearms, they're used as landing gear in Dragon Mode, but they can also tear through enemy armor. Its shield is mounted on the left arm. Its surface has been treated with anti-beam coating to provide protection against beam-based attacks. It mounts a heat rod at the bottom. Its heat rod, a section whip-like chain housed in Epyon's shield, can be used to slice, dice, trip opponents, block, and even cut through metal suits when heated. A single swipe with this weapon can destroy up to 3 other mobile suits. The Vulcan guns that were added on its head are shell-firing weapons, have a high rate of fire, but have little power, and are generally ineffective against mobile suits. However, the Vulcan guns can damage lightly armoured areas, such as sensors. These weapons are ideal for shooting down shells, fast-moving objects, lightly armoured targets such as missiles or small vehicles. And that's not the best bit. The Epyon system. Trey's had modified a version of the deadly Zero system, installed in Epyon's cockpit. The system operates the same one that was used in the Gundam Wing Zero, but Epyons had the pilot wear a special helmet on their head. The modified version is known as the Epyon system. Any technical differences compared to the Zero system is unknown. Zex also used a modified version of this system to control the White Fang mobile dolls. The Search Eye is only used for combat of the same type used by the Wing Gundam. It also generates data on the cameras and antennae cannot. During combat, it instantly calculates the precision, movement, and weakness points of the opponent. Basically, this Gundam can read your thoughts. It can project them for you. This Gundam can tell the future. It can show you the future. And it is an awesome Gundam. It was built in November after Colony 195 by, once again, Trace Kushionada, who was relieved of his duty as the commander of Oz and was placed under house arrest. Trace had been indoctrinated by the Gundam and their pilots, and so designed a Gundam which he called Epyon. Trace had a highly developed sense of honor, and so designed the suit to be a dueling model suit, equipping it with short-range weaponry only. Trace was also able to equip the Epyon's cockpit with the Zero system. Trace had hoped that the Gundam pilot would come forth to pilot the suit, particularly Hiro Yuri. Thus Trace presented the Gundam Epyon to the Gundam pilot Hiro Yuri. When Hiro sought him out with the information of assassinating him, Hiro, however, did not kill Trace, but accepted the Epyon. After boarding the mobile suit, Trace warned Hiro not to be a winner when piloting it, meaning that achieving victory should not be in his mind, only the fight itself. When the Romefeller Foundation launched an invasion of the Saturn Kingdom, Hiro piloted the Epyon into battle, having not yet mastered the Zero system, however. Hiro suffered a near nervous breakdown and fled the battle. Relina's brother Zex Marquise arrived in Gundam Wing Zero, having heard of the invasion, but was too late. Zex and Hiro duelled in Wing Zero and Epyon respectively, and fought themselves to a stalemate. Able to determine a victor using the Zero system, both combatants ceased. The two exchanged shoots, with Hiro taking the Wing Zero and Zex taking Epyon. After boarding the model suit, soon Zex began piloting Epyon. The group known as the White Fang rose out of the ashes of the Trace faction and claimed that they had been charged with defending the colonies. The chief of the White Fang, Quinzel, approached Zex and offered him the leadership of the White Fangs. Zex accepted, using his birth name, Miliardo Peacecraft. The ones who craft peace. And continued to pilot the Epyon against the forces of the new Earth Sphere United Nations. Zex flew Epyon against Gundam pilots in the final battle of the war in December of After Colony 195. In this battle, Zex in Epyon once again challenged Hiro Yuri in Wing Zero. The two fought on and around the gigantic space station Libya. The battle was once again a stalemate, as they had reached the last surviving section of Libya, which was falling towards Earth. Taking the fight inside Libya itself, the two fought until Epyon's left arm was severed, giving Hiro a decisive win. In terms of a duel, this would count as drawing first blood. As Hiro's Wing Zero was about to self-destruct to finish off the section of Libya for good, Zex convinced Hero to leave as he used Epyon to destroy the reactor with the power that section of the station. Both Zex and Epyon were presumed lost to begin the explosion. Yes, 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 and more yes. As you can tell, it is a heck of a history. And let's give you a bit more about the pilot, Zex Marquis. He is also the older brother of Lena Peacecraft and serves as Hero Yuri's rival throughout the series. His personality is full of pride and self-loathing. Living the life of a soldier has brought great internal conflict to Zex, despite his reputation as a great mobile suit pilot. Zex feels that he has betrayed himself and his father's ideals. As the result of his many battles, he believes that he is not worthy of his family name, as his life as a soldier contradicts that of his father's pacifistic ideas. This is shown when Trey is referred to him as Miliardo Peacecraft, his real name, to which Zex responds with great shame that is not his only confidant, as his reputation as the Lightning Count is put to the test when meeting Hero and the other Gundam pilots. When he first fought with Hero, Zex was aware of the fact that he was a 15-year-old boy and he fought like a veteran soldier. He also wasn't afraid to sacrifice himself and his Gundam suit to make sure Oz didn't get their hands on it. Impressed with the young pilot's resolve to his mission to keep the colony safe, as well as struggling to master his piloting the Tallgeese, Zex began to view himself as weak, resenting that he lacked the absolute resolve to lay his life on the line for a greater purpose. The internal conflict was what drove his motives as he struggled to find the balance between his former identity as his father's son and the uncompromised warrior that he felt he needed to become. This led him into getting kicked out of Oz and eventually being in charge of the White Fang during the war on Earth using the battleship Libya. His main objective over targeting Earth was to stop humanity from fighting each other and to have his sister Lena lead the people into a new age of peace. However, it was also a test to put himself to become a restless warrior. It is not until he fights Hero at the end of the series and convinces Hero and company were capable of carrying out their ideas for peace. Later, he pledged to continue attacking as a warrior, however, this time for keeping peace in the world, thus finally reconciling the two identities into one.
So as you can see, I have done the transfers off screen, as there are a lot. This is just the main body done, the legs and arms and head of course, and now it's time for the wings.
A bit more about the Zero system now. The Zero system stands for Zoning and Emotional Rage Outmitted System. It is technology for interfacing the brain of the pilot with the mobile suit's computer Gundam wing. Only two models were ever equipped with this system, the Wing Zero and Gundam Epyon. The Zero system decreases the pilot's reaction time as there is no need for traditional visual interface. Furthermore, thanks to the advanced computer system, the pilot can become aware of future outcomes and possible causes of action. This can be taken to achieve total victory or total defeat. However, due to the direct brain interface, as the human brain cannot process the raw data. The system can cause the pilot to vividly hallucinate the possible paths the pilot can take. As the pilot tries to figure out what is going on, the system can overload the brain with too many statistics and estimated values, causing temporary insanity. Examples of this include when Crutcher Roberta Winter used the Wing Zero and went on the rampage throughout the colonies, and when Hero Yuri first used the Epyon in battle and went berserk, killing soldiers on both sides. However, by the end of the series, both Hero and Zex learned to properly control the Zero system, allowing them to properly use the data that the system gives them. Now a bit about the builder of the Gundam Epyon QZ-13MS, considered the primary antagonist in the series. His name is devised from the French word for 13, a calm, calculating man. Treize is a complex individual, playing both the chivalrous, artistic knight and the ruthless tyrant. Treize QZ-13MS is voiced by David Kyle in the English version. His personality is cold and reserved, rarely letting his emotions get the best of him. He prefers a love for war, believing that when properly conducted, it brings out the best in humanity. He expresses an interest in honour and chivalry, comparing to that of old-fashioned aristocrats, believing one should settle matters of honour in single combat, and considering himself a gentleman. This is juxtaposed with his ruthless pursuit of his ambitions and his utter lack of scruples when it comes to holding on to power. Oh, I am absolutely love this build. Coming near to the end of it. Sped up, obviously, transferred and panelled off screen. Please do enjoy this Gundam.